happening, good people? What's going on with you? It's raining in the Crescent City, but it's Friday. So everybody's saying, who cares? It's Friday, right? Yes, indeed. Hope everybody's doing all right. If you're driving or getting ready to start the driving, please drive with care because it is raining in the Crescent City. Slippery when it's wet. And then, of course, we don't want to make sure where we are not into any flooding situations as well, because we seem to be getting these downpours that could be pretty heavy.
And no hazard lights.
No hazard lights. All right. You know that? Didn't we say that?
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah, that's against the law.
That was a trigger the other day.
Yeah, that's what happened the other day. Yeah.
I got triggered in. Well.
So you know I don't remember.
Oh, and now.
Okay.
You guys have really got to watch your backs.
Why?
No more holding your phone in your hand. You can get pulled over and ticketed.
Yeah, as of August 1.
Today.
Yep.
And also, if you're in the far left lane, no driving slow.
Nope.
They will pull you over and ticket you for that.
Give you a ticket for driving in the fast lane.
Yep.
If you're driving slow.
Life in the fast lane.
Life in the... Ain't that a song?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Life in the fast lane.
Yeah. So...
Yeah.
What else you got? You paying attention to the laws?
Honestly, I wish they would come up with a law, and which is a law, but it doesn't get enforced, is that all 18-wheelers are supposed to drive in the right-hand lane, the far right lane.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to be in the left lane at all.
And especially going up like the high rise?
Yeah, man, that causes the backups.
They're not supposed to go in the lanes to the left at all.
It causes backups besides the fact that people are scared to death to drive over a hill here in New Orleans. For what reason, I don't know.
You know, high rise moves when it has a big load on it.
Yeah, it's built to do that.
So it scares.
But now you're gonna scare everybody. Jerron said the high rise moves.
It does.
But all bridges are built to sway like that.
But you didn't know. You knew it moved.
I knew.
Right?
Yeah, I knew about that.
So why you say I'm causing people panic?
Because some people just don't know.
Everybody know that the high rise moves.
And now they know. And knowing's half the battle.
But you know what I said I was gonna do, but they moved it. You know what I wanted to do?
What?
Somebody set the couch in the middle barrier of the high rise.
Wait, when that happened?
It's been there for a long time, but they moved it. It was there for a long time. And I wanted to go up the high rise and I wanted to sit on that couch and wave at people.
You really want?
I just wanted to sit on the couch and wave at people.
Is that supposed to be some new form of advertising?
I said that. It had to be a couple of months ago. It had to be at least a month or two ago. And I said I was going to do it. And I think me saying that probably made them move that.
I know there was a lawn chair there forever.
It's a couch.
A full couch.
A full couch.
Not a love seat, but a couch.
It was a couch. And I said I wanted to go and sit on that couch and wave at people.
I wonder if it had a hideaway.
What?
I wonder if it had a hideaway in it.
What that mean?
You know, the folding bed. A bed sofa. Go out there and sleep at night, too, if you want to sit there and wave at people.
No. Not the way these people drive. I need to be alert while I'm sitting up there. They'd be like, you heard what happened to Gerod? It's a damn shame.
Fool was sleeping on the high.
He was sleeping on the high rise. They'd be like, just that alone to make somebody go, what? Where was he sleeping? I want to go sit up there for a minute and just wave at people.
Well, these days, I wouldn't be surprised at anything. Not at all.
Mm-mm. I wanted to sit up right up there and go,
hello.
If they crazy enough to leave it there, shouldn't somebody be crazy enough to go head on and sit down there and wave at the people?
I agree.
Because that's just ignorant. And I know it probably fell off the back of somebody's truck or something of that sort and got stuck.
Yeah, you'd be surprised at some of the stuff you see on the side of the highway.
But I was just thinking to myself, and be like, y'all, we got enough tires and mattresses and all
mattresses,
that,
man.
Everywhere else. Come on, let's make it a moment right here on the high rise.
Yeah, you're right. You are right.
And then the next day, I think that it was gone. I was like,
maybe you should report stuff on the air more often.
Well,
Might get some stuff done around.
I I think I should have done a couple of things, but I like people calling me up and tell me I want them to fix. I really do. I really want them to fix Franklin Avenue.
Boy,
And
I don't go down that street.
it's getting worse.
I do not go down that street at all.
The crossover at Franklin Avenue and Claiborne, headed back into the city now, is starting to sink. So when you get at that crossover at the light, you better watch because you will boom boom. I'm seeing all these 18 wheelers now.
Well, that's most likely what caused
That
it.
is, yeah, probably so. But again, nobody know this but me. I'm the only person to see it.
Because
Fix
you're
the
the
street.
watchdog.
Huh?
You're the watchdog.
Watchdog. Let me tell you, Pop Jones. What you say, Pop Jones?
Hey, G-Man.
What's going on with your big money?
You got me going in circles.
Oh, singing like it means something to you. Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed.
What's going
G-Man,
on?
you know I'm a veteran, huh?
No, I didn't know that.
You didn't know I was a veteran? Yeah.
Did I know that? I
I
don't
was,
think I know.
I was in the military for 5 years.
Oh, okay.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I can get some medical marijuana.
Why you
I
smoking?
believe.
Why you smoking?
But I'm just going to pray and listen to WVOK.
Mm. Sometime it might be a little bit better
You
to have
heard
the
me?
smoke. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
So look
indeed.
at this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing the reason why they didn't vote for Kamala Harris because she didn't talk about the poor and the needy enough. So they didn't vote for her.
Mm.
So who since they didn't vote for her, what did they get or what did they do? Not vote at all or vote for somebody else?
I don't want to talk about everybody, but
Huh?
I'm just more than likely looking at this and saying people just too sensitive. And if I don't call your name or I don't say nothing particular about your group or I don't say nothing about your neighborhood, I can't put everybody in just one conversation piece. I got to call you out in particular. So people sensitive and he ain't call my name. He ain't say nothing about the poll. He ain't say nothing about the daggone rich.
Oh,
He ain't
okay.
say something wham, 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 wham.
Trump talked about the poor. You said they were eating the cats and the dogs.
Yep.
That was his talk about the poor.
Oh, so what, the poor is being helped now? And the needy are being helped now?
Mm-mm.
Since they decided not to vote for Kamala, are they being helped at this present time?
I don't think that I don't think that this is the time. Now hear me out on this part. When I say this is the time, I think it's going to be 6 months in that they're going to see that the tariffs, that the Medicare, that the wages, that the number of people that don't have a job anymore, the buyouts, all that's going to start racking up by the end of this year. It take a minute.
Correct me, G-Man. You know I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. It sounds like what you're saying, a lot of them going to be in a soup line, huh?
Beans don't fry in the kitchen. Beans don't burn on the grill.
Oh, buddy.
It took a lot to get up. What did it say? Get right back.
Took a whole lot of trying just to get
Get
it
up
up
that
there.
hill. Now
I'm
we
going to put
up
something
in
else
the big
on your mind. I
leagues.
can't go too far. But what's going on with the garbage collection?
Well, the Supreme Court has already ruled that the emergency contract has to go back to Torres. So all the folks that were getting ready to work today under Henry Consultant were given the information and let them know that their job didn't start today and it probably won't be able to start until several months down the line. They had 80 employees that they had to tell that to today or yesterday.
Who made this decision, G-Man?
Supreme Court.
On whose behalf?
On Torres's behalf.
Huh?
On Ivy Wace's
Oh, they
behalf.
made it on. But who? Oh, so they had. So I live on the West Bank. I only get one collection a week.
And it's still.
Can we have that much influence on the Supreme Court to get? They getting a collection every.
I
What
thought
they
you
paying
said.
more money or what? Are we?
I thought you said you couldn't get no marijuana. You smoking something?
Wait.
What's
Wait a
wrong with
minute.
you?
I thought you was my
I
friend,
thought you.
G-man. Wait a minute.
I thought you told me
Now,
you
go
couldn't
ahead,
get
you
no
go ahead.
marijuana. I thought you said. Wait a minute. Did you say you couldn't get some, or that you was already hitting the ganja? Which one you
You're
doing?
going too far now.
Which one you
I
doing?
thought you was my buddy,
Wait,
man.
you need me to sit in the car with you? Mm-hmm. You smoking again? What you talking about? I thought you said you couldn't get none, but you was a veteran, but you could get some. Which one is it? You not hitting it, or you are
No,
hitting
I refuse
it?
to accept it. Oh, G-man.
you, you on that ganja, bro? You got that sticky icky, that
No.
purple yerple. He got the
Well,
purple yerple.
you know the name all of it, huh?
Well, I'm telling you, I'm hanging with you.
Oh,
I'm hanging with you. You doing something?
Boy, you trying to get me in trouble, G-man.
Well, I'm telling you, y'all, if y'all in the marketplace, y'all need a drug man, call Pop Jones. He'll light you up. Bad
So
Buzz.
the mayor can't appoint nobody. If the mayor sign a contract or whatever, they can turn that around.
I just think that we gotta listen to how this goes and let you know that no matter how you follow the rules, no matter how you do it eloquently, that somebody can make it look like you did something wrong. And that's what I see here. And then they dogged you out because you had the audacity to be able to say, I got a contract. This is a whole lot bigger than just being able to do trash. The repercussions of what we just saw from yesterday to today are going to have a lasting effect on how the city of New Orleans is able to do the procurement process. You're going to see. I'm going to see. Everybody else is going to see. I guess more so than anything else, though, Pop Jones, what I'm looking at is where's everybody to stand behind the man to say, oh, no, we're not going to let this happen? Where are all those folks? So
I'm gonna keep listening. I'm keep learning, but I'm not gonna accept that. G-man, I'm just gonna continue drinking soft drinks. And
I know what you're doing now. I know what you're doing there, weed man. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Pop Jones got the sticky.
I does not do that.
You does not?
No, I does not.
All right, then, my brother. I appreciate you.
All right, G-man.
Save a tote for later. For later.
G-man, who your partner is not with you? What's his name?
Who's that? That was yesterday?
No, that's all. Your backup man when I called.
My backup man?
It took Jazz's place.
Oh, you talking about Wick?
Oh, that's Wick. I thought that was...
Yeah, that was him.
I thought that was
him
Wick.
today.
Okay.
Yeah, that's him today.
All right, Wick. The music man.
Yes, indeed. All right, then.
Yes, indeed. All right,
Thank you a lot,
man.
Pop. Have a good weekend.
Have a blessed one, you and Wick.
You too. I'm going to talk about you a little bit more.
Keep playing that music.
I'm going to talk about you a little bit more. We about to play you some reggae.
All right. Wait.
Talk to you later. Yeah. You know Pop got that sticky icky, bro.
Sticky icky.
He got that sticky icky, that purple nurple. He got the ganja.
See, I'm old school.
Huh?
I'm old school.
You need a dose.
Give me some Maui Wowie.
Maui Wowie?
Some red hairs.
We got that too.
Yeah, that weed they got nowadays, boy.
They be rolling it up like Cheech and Chong.
That stuff there, boy. Ooh, that make you do some dumb stuff now.
You ever listen to Pop what he called? G-Man.
Oh, Pop is smooth.
What's up?
Pop is laid back. Now
I'm
we
waiting
know
for
why.
him to say. I'm waiting for him to say this. I'm waiting for him to say, G-Man, take a toke of this smoke.
Puff, puff, pass,
Puff,
ninja.
puff, pass, brother. What's up? Invite your boy Snoop Dogg up in here.
Man, you're getting it all wet, bro. Man, puff, puff, pass.
Puff, puff, pass. That's what I'm talking. I went to sleep. But no, in all seriousness, I do have to say, I thought that everybody and their mom would be one of those that would be upset. I hear it a lot from people that are listeners to the show. But as far as organizations are concerned, not really. Not really. All right, we'll take the break here. We're going to take the break here. We're going to come back. We got to talk about some stuff happening in the news. What the rumor mill is. It's a rumor mill. There is a rumor mill.
Get your popcorn ready.
Yep. We'll talk about it in a bit, y'all. Everybody hold tight.
Hey everybody, it's Graylin Brian Banks.
And Kimber White Dupree.
From the front porch, y'all. You know how we do every Monday. It's Movie Monday.
And Tuesday is Trivia Tuesday.
And y'all know we have nothing but bad cheering coming through here on Wednesday.
But stick with us. On Thursday, we travel.
That's right. And Friday's Free Your Mind Friday, so get your brass up.
Something on your mind? Want to get it off your chest?
Holla at your people. WBOK 1230 AM, the station you listen to.
All day long.
Tired of the impersonal, one-size-fit-all style of banking? You deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank Standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for businesses and families because we go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business, good for life. Stop by any New Orleans area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Tune in to The Monitor's Mic, where we talk about oversight, policing, and you. Hosted by the Office of Independent Police Monitor, we're here to shine a light on policing issues that matter, from real-time policing updates to in-depth interviews. Every Friday at noon on WBOK.
Ken Mass Studios and Lucky Johnson present The Praying Grandma, a stage play at the Cook Theater on Dillard University's campus, Friday, August 8th at 7 p.m. and Saturday, August 9th at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Host for the evening will be Dr. Monique Guillory, featuring Lucky Johnson and special guest Alicia Blue Eyes Renee. Come enjoy the family fun on Friday, August 8th at 7 p.m. and Saturday, August 9th at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at eventbrite.com.
Celebration time is here for the Melody Cloud 60-year anniversary in concert style. Sunday, August the 3rd, 3 p.m. at the St. John Educational Building, 2538 Jackson Avenue, New Orleans. Featuring the legendary Rocks of Harmony, the voices of Distinctions of Baton Rouge, the best of singles from Slidell, Jermaine Hawkins and the Harvey Spirituals, Bishop Joseph Carter and the Boys, the unstoppable gospel creator. That's not all from Little Rock, Arkansas, the Racer Brothers. You don't want to miss this big gospel concert celebrating the Melody Cloud 60-year anniversary. Sunday, August 3 p.m., 2538 Jackson Avenue. Tickets $25 at the door. Advance tickets, Jackson Quality, 751 North Claiborne Avenue. Don't miss it. God bless you, and we'll see you there.
Somebody singing around.
Join me, Dr. Jaquil Ross of New Schools for New Orleans for Talk That, NOLA Education. This Monday, we'll be joined by Bardell Early, Mervyn Jackson, and Danielle Haller as they share their stories about educators making all the difference in our schools. Be sure to tune in Monday at 12:30 p.m. on 12:30 a.m.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 a.m. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 a.m.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. Gerard Stevens with you. I hope y'all been going. Has anybody been going to these district candidate races? District E. I'm talking about New Orleans East. New Orleans City Council District E race. Candidates vowed to hold the government accountable is the title of this article that is on NOLA.com, written by Joni Hess. So New Orleans City Council District E candidates on Wednesday rallied around a common theme during a public forum. They share voters' pain points and desires to hold government, private corporations, and property owners accountable for a range of quality of life issues. 6 candidates hoping to replace incumbent and mayoral hopeful Oliver Thomas faced off this week at a forum held by the advocacy group Step Up Louisiana. District E, which encompasses the New Orleans East and the Lower Ninth Ward, is one of the most crowded races. New Orleans voters will settle on the 11th of October ballot. A runoff, if necessary, will be November 15th. State Representative Jason Hughes and former District E Council member Cindy Wynn were joined by political newcomers Willie Morgan, Danielle Christmas, Jonathan Anthony Roberts, that is, and the Reverend Richard Bell Sr. That was Wednesday at the Tate NTN Center in the Lower Ninth Ward. All touted their neighborhood upbringing as strengths in their bid for the seat and as evidence of a personal stake in their district's progress. District E has not gotten its fair share. It has not gotten its just due. It hasn't gotten the resources that every other council district has gotten, said Hughes, who repeatedly referenced his 6 years of experience in the state legislature. Said in quotes here, says, I believe deeply in what our community can be, and I've seen daily the failures of our community, and something has got to give, said Morgan, Dean of Students at the Net East, a New Orleans high school. Candidates also gave their strategies for ensuring more affordable housing and addressing rising utility bills, drainage issues. And that's happening in the prone of the Lower Ninth Ward and commercial blight. Morgan, among others, pledged to fight back against potential energy rate increases as the company rolls out its 2-year, $100 million resilience plan and to strengthen the city's electric grid against severe weather. City Council, which regulates energy, approved the plan in October. So here we go. Energy has vowed that customers won't see any rate increases as a result of the plans. Though some critics fear that could happen, as it did to Energy Louisiana, customers across the state who are following Hurricane Ida in 2021. So this article goes on and on and on and on and on. But I'm looking for my folks in New Orleans East. Living in the Lower Ninth Ward. What did you see? What did you hear? Don't be shy. Share. Because I wasn't there. I was not there. I was actually here when this was going on. 504-582-9422. What did you see? What did you hear? Pie in the sky? Some true plans? Is it an incumbent race or is it not an incumbent race? Does this take a state legislature, a former council person, someone with some bright ideas? What does it take? Who did you see? Who did you hear? To make you go, that's my candidate. Don't be shy. Hmm. Don't be shy. All right, then let me rephrase this. Let me rephrase this. Y'all ready? In your opinion, what would it take? I mean, we all have what we want, so please don't get this misconstrued. We all know what we want. Oh, I want to see grocery stores. Oh, I want to see better schools. Oh, I want to see better roads. I want to see, okay. That's not the question that I'm asking you. For all those things that you want to see, what does it take from the person who's ever going to sit in that seat to get it? Is that better explained? What does it take? Does it, let me give you a for example. Does it take a person with vision? Does it take a person that knows how to navigate through the rigmarole? That's one word, rigmarole. Does it take a person that's going to be able to put their foot down, have the inside, know where the purse strings are, be able to get the money first? What does it take? What type of person is that? And why do you say so? 504-582-9422. And I'm going to open this up. I just wanted to hear it in New Orleans East. But I'm also going to open that question up for your mayor. So don't be scared, because I know y'all are. All right, I'll do it. Because I'm looking where somebody just said, "No, you need to do that one." I'm looking around and saying to myself, to be able to get all the things that we usually normally hear that everybody wants. I want us to have more grocery stores. I want us to have better streets. I want us to have better security. I want us to have better schools. Okay. Then how do you get it? Or who is that person that can get it? As much as I hear and have heard the folks that would say something about certain people, and I'm trying not to put words in your mouth. There are certain people that are part of your community that are able to present a deal, let me rephrase that. Be able to put a deal together, bring the stakeholders to the table and present the deal, would also be able to close the deal, and bring all the people to the table that are going to be the folks to make sure that this thing goes correctly from A to Z. There are folks in New Orleans East that can do that. Who am I talking about? If y'all don't know, I'm starting to get a little worried about my folks in New Orleans East. What you say, Bruce? Bruce?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
It sounds to me really like you should be running for one of these positions.
Oh, no.
Because you present, listen to me now. You just presented us with some strategies and some steps to take to get things done that I've never heard anyone in office mention or talk about.
So let me tell
So
you.
it seems
Let me
like-
tell you why I said what I
Huh?
said. Let me go back because this is nothing that I put together. This is what I've learned from other folks that made deals happen. And I appreciate you, Bruce, for giving me those kudos. But I'd be wrong if I told you that I came up with that or I did that. I did not. I am learning just like anybody else can from the folks that have made these types of deals, whether it's doing streets, putting grocery stores together, bringing some type of economic development to the city. I'm learning from those folks. I had the pleasure, and I still do whenever I can pick up the phone and I can call Pastor Jones from Jefferson Parish, from District D, and the different things that he would do. And I'll never forget, he told me one thing. He said, G, he said, it's possible for you to always get something done in your district. I said, really? He said, you got to pick and choose which ones are going to be more beneficial and the things that you can get done. And you got to learn how to play pocket politics. I said, what?
Nah.
Bruce, pocket politics
Nah.
is something that I've never heard anybody here play. But he said, got to be able to play pocket politics because there's 7 of you all, and they need your vote for different things. And instead of just giving a vote, and then when you need something, they don't back you up, you got to let them remember that you were there for them, and they got to be there for you because you have a project as well. I was like, damn. I didn't make that up. I wish I did make that up, but we don't play pocket politics with somebody that ain't trying to help you. We don't. And I don't know why.
I don't know, man. Look, I'm 75, old cat, right? And you know, I've been through this, and I've heard this, and I've seen this, and it seems like our position is, to me, it's like awkward. You know, we just in an awkward position, and to me, it seems like I can explain this. See, I'm not as articulate about. I don't know. I really don't know. It's just awkward. We just in an awkward position. Every 4 months, we presenting our position, and our position is always kind of similar and the same. So it's almost like to me, it's like we're never progressing or anything, but that's not true. We are.
Mm-hmm.
We are. I really do. Considering when I just went and bought, I went to the cleaners, man. A pair of pants for a little boy was $10 to get clean.
Mm-hmm.
When I was going to the cleaners when I was young, I could get a pair of jeans clean for $1.50.
Mm.
And the people were coming into the cleaners. So it's almost like we the shit, man. We doing all right.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
We not. Oh, I can't say shit.
No, you said it again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I apologize, New Orleans radio fan of WBOK. So I don't know. It's just strange, but I think you should consider. I'm serious.
I did.
You
I'm
should,
going to tell you the truth. I did consider it. But I got to tell you, Bruce,
huh?
all the politics and tricks that I've been to cut somebody out. And
Yeah.
I don't, and I don't
And
want to do
that's
that.
what they need. They need a good cussing out.
I don't want to do that.
They need
I
a
really
good
don't want to do
cussing
that.
out.
And then I'd be known as the angry black man that's on the council or the angry black man that's leading some other organization. And I don't want to be known as that dude. I think that there are great ideas out here, and we need to start moving on them. But a lot of our ideas are so antiquated. We've not become progressive. I went home. Probably about a month or two ago, and I go maybe once a year, maybe once or twice a year, and every time I go home, I see something new has popped up in the Carolinas, and I'm like, wait a minute, Google done moved in, Apple done moved in. They got all the cables and stuff that the cable company is taking down their cables because they go on fiber optic. And I'm like, wow, that's an investment. So are we investing in our community as a corporation, or are we milking old standards?
I think we're milking old standards.
I do too.
Really.
I do
That's
too.
what I think. We still stuck in the past, and we just keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over.
Yep.
So,
looking for a
with
better
that
result
in mind, but just like this thing now, I don't understand what's going on with this trash thing down in the quarters, bro.
Okay. So you want me to explain it to you real quick? I'll give you the short version.
Please.
All right. So there was a request for proposal from companies that could handle doing the trash collection and cleaning of the French Quarter. There were at least 5 or 6 different companies that put that bid in to the city. There's a committee that does not have anything to do with the city council, doesn't have anything to do with the mayor. Those folks judge the proposals and put together the best score. Whoever has the best score usually wins that bid. In this proposal, Henry Consulting had the best proposal. I think he was number 1, and IV Waste was number 3 or number 4, one of the two. Now, with Henry Consulting winning the bid, he went and said, hey, Mr. Richards, Alvin Richards, can we bring Richards Disposal into the building and we put a joint connection together and work together? Well, it didn't work out the first time through their proposals and through their being able to do business, which opened up the door to say, oh my God, we're not going to have this because we're not ready. So the mayor said, we got an emergency right here. So I'm going to put out an emergency proposal or emergency request, and we're going to let one of the other companies fulfill this trash and cleaning of the French Quarter until the other folks get it together, which is supposed to be next year for January. And everybody was good with that until Troy Henry and Alvin Richards got it together quicker. And they went back and said, we're ready. We got all of our equipment. We got our trucks. We get ready to do this. We can do this. And so the mayor went to Ivy Waste and said, thank you for the service, but we're going to terminate the emergency contract to be able to put the vendors, which would be Richards Disposal and Henry Consulting, put them back on the gig because now they're together. We don't need this anymore. We don't need this emergency contract, so we're going to suspend it. Torres, who is the owner of Ivy Waste, said, oh, hell no, y'all was supposed to go to the end of this year. How you going to cut my contract off? It was just an emergency contract. And then he went to everybody in their mom, Nunn Gesser, the folks over at the other radio station, Liz Merrill, the attorney general, and said, hey, we need to keep IV waste in the French Quarter because we're the only company that can spray out the Lemony Fresh, that can do all this other stuff. Well, in the meantime, you have the people that won the contract that are saying, well, we're ready to go, and we can go to court over this if you want to. So they went to court. IV waste lost. They went to court again. They lost again.
Yeah.
They went to court again. They lost again. I think they went to court at least 5 to 8 times, one of the two.
Uh-huh.
So now they went and took it to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court told Henry Consulting, stand down. Ivy Waste got this. So now they gave it back to Ivy Waste, and the company that is going to do the remainder of the year under emergency contract is Ivy Waste. So Henry Consulting is still sitting back. They got to sit back
until the new year.
Yep. Now, let me kind of get this straight. You said something that was pertinent, and that is until the new year. We hope. But I can tell you, more than likely, it's going to be some shenanigans there, too. And they're going to try to keep that contract. That's $8 million a year, man.
Oh.
For whoever got the contract. So, me and you, that's rich people problems. I'm just trying to get my little check.
Good. You know you got that paper good on.
Oh, Bruce, no, bro, I was going to ask you.
Stop, man.
Let me borrow a little something there, man.
Stop, bro.
I need to borrow a little something. You can help a brother out.
Run. It sounds like my son. Just got off a big roofing job. Told my pop, let me there. I said, boy, get off my face. I ain't got no money.
Yeah, that's how it go, though. That's how it go. Bruce, I got to take my break,
yeah,
man.
Boy.
I
thank
appreciate
you for taking my call.
Hey, anytime. Thank you for calling. I appreciate you much. Have a good weekend.
Yes, sir.
All right, my brother. All right, we got more coming up, y'all. Everybody hold tight.
Norman Robinson is back.
Can you hear me now?
And he's taking no prisoners.
Can you hear me now?
Each weekday, Norman Robinson brings you commentary with Off the Top.
The incident was shocking, disturbing, disgusting, disappointing, and sad.
Each weekday, Off the Top with Norman Robinson is heard exclusively right here.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
2517 Bayou Road is the place to be. Nano's Cajun Cuisine and Pastries. If you're thinking brunch, lunch, breakfast, or dinner, if y'all looking for a great spot with authentic New Orleans cuisine, Nano's Cajun Cuisine and Pastries is the place you want to be. We closed on Mondays. Tuesday, we open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. and we reopen for dinner for 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Wednesday through Friday, we open at 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. and we reopen for dinner from 5 p.m. to 12 a.m. Saturdays, we're open from 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. Y'all come check us out at 2517 Bayou Road.
New Orleans, get ready to laugh. Join Inspire NOLA, K20, NSNO, and the Nord Commission, a free event for NOLA teachers, parents, and the community. Friday, August 15th at the Orpheum Theater, featuring comedians Frank White, Shady Feelgood, Rob Kazi, and Bruce, with performances by DJ Jubilee, the Big Six Brass Band, PNC, and Subtweet Sean, hosted by Tanya Boyd Cannon and Wild Wayne. Get your tickets and info at inspirenolaschools.org.
Got unpaid parking or camera tickets in New Orleans? Here's some good news. Through August 31st, you can take care of them without paying late fees. That's money back in your pocket. Just go to NOLA.gov/no late fees to see what you owe. You can pay all at once or sign up for a payment plan and break it into monthly payments at no extra cost. That's NOLA.gov/no late fees. NOLA.gov/no late fees. Don't miss out. This offer ends August 31st.
When you talk, we listen. WBOK.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Our number 504-582-9422. To get in contact with us, what you say, Kevin? What's going on?
Hey, get you off of this speaker. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Hey, you asked a question before, and I'm glad that other gentlemen, y'all hashed that out about the trash pickup situation. What I'm about to say is in line with that. You asked about what type of person do we need in leadership position that's going to have the capability to accomplish the tasks that we promote we're going to provide to the citizens of this city. First of all, you need, and this is in relationship to what happened with I.B. Waste. I'm glad y'all broke it down the way y'all broke it down, because people I listened to, maybe caught the tail end of before, try to do everything they can to avoid the whole aspect of what happened with the I.B. Waste situation as regarding to
pretty much.
They don't really talk about it in its entirety the way you put it together.
Nope, you're right.
It's like, well, I can't say what they're trying to do because I'm not in their heads, but what they're doing is they're confused. However they communicate it is more confusing than helpful. Now, having said that, the bottom line is, if we're going to get somebody in office who can actually deliver, first of all, they have to be morally, and they have to be moral, and they have to be moral servants of the people that they're serving. Okay, far too often, and they have to be intelligent, morally intelligent servants is what they have to be. And what I mean by that is this, and this relates to what happened with Richards too. First of all, they have to be honest and hold people accountable. Even black folks have to be held accountable. We know racism, white supremacy is the culture of America, but it's really the culture of the world. It's been exported throughout the world, right? Racism and nationalism, okay, and classism, okay. So that's just how it is, and black folks happen to be the primary victims of that here in America, okay? So now, having said that, we need a moral leader that's willing to accept those dynamics exist and address them for what they are. Because if you don't address it for what it is, you'll never solve the problem for what it is, okay? You have to be willing to have the courage to call it what it is if you're going to address what it is, okay? Now, you can have resistance through the principalities that are benefiting from all those isms that's creating confusion among the 99% poor working class people that's really are pawns in their play for power, okay? So the bottom line is this: the moral servant of the people has to be willing to hold people accountable, even black people. So that means they have to be intelligent. And as it relates to Richards in this situation, this is just a metaphor for how that servant has to function. And that servant would have to hold people accountable for their parts in the equations that we create. Okay, and from what I can see from Richards, the intelligent servant would have said, "Look, first of all, Henry is lucky he didn't get kicked out totally from winning his bid, because now I don't know if this is true, but it sounds like he wasn't able to perform what he said he was going to do when that got him to be the primary person selected to have that particular contract. Because if he was, there would not have been a problem in the first place. Okay? Now, but it seemed like the mayor tried to do what she can to salvage that situation by allowing Torres to continue on emergency basis, which should have satisfied Torres because he was lucky enough because he wasn't the second or third person possibly to even be selected to do that. But since he was doing the job, I think that was intelligent since the people like him in the French Quarter and stuff to keep him on as emergency provider of trash pickup. He's doing a good job. Okay, so to avoid problems, she kept him on. Now, what she should have did is and made Henry understand. Instead of kicking you out totally for not being able to perform the services that got you to bed, we're going to do emergency thing, but you're going to have to suffer the consequences of allowing this guy, Torres, to run out his whole course of that emergency service. Because the other alternative is you really wasn't even able to perform your bid. And you could have redid the whole bid process again. So now the accountability part is this. Henry should have had his stuff together with Richards and all that before these circumstances arose. So they would not have arisen in the first place. And that's my take on it. You need a leader who can think analytically and think about and y'all talk about pocket politics. That's part of pocket politics.
So
satisfying.
Let me break something down for you real quick. Okay, so I got your analogy. But how about, well, in business, things will go wrong in business. Things have gone wrong with all those different contractors that we're talking about, whether we're talking about Torres, whether we're talking about Romelli, Henry Consultant, or anybody. Things go wrong in business. All right, let's put that on the table. That's number one. Then number two, I could have done an emergency contract where I said, Kevin, here's what we're going to do. Instead of us going for an emergency contract that'll last throughout the entire year, this is going to be a month-by-month basis. So at any given time, I could come in and say, this is the last month. And at the end of this month, we're going to give up that emergency contract and we're going to move over to the other vendors. There are ways that I think more so that this could have been worked out that I don't think necessarily that I got to judge the business because the business itself or the two businesses had some type of issue. Because issues happen all the time, but how you work those issues out.
Well, let me put it. That's where a wise person. That's why I say it's important for people like you and other. We're only good as our counsel. Okay. Mm-hmm. So evidently, no one was in the room to come up with that idea when the mayor made her decision.
It had to or be. If they were, but it had to be. You don't think nobody was in the room? It had to be somebody in the room.
No. I didn't say in the room. I say in the room with that solution that you just presented. Yeah, or she resisted it. One of the two. Okay, and that may have possibly resolved that situation the way you think it should have.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but that's where the wise servant has to be chosen. But that wise servant has to have people in the room contributing solutions that may be something that can avoid these potential problems in the first place. Look, Henry Ford was so successful not because he was good at building cars. He had smarter people than him building them.
Yeah.
And that's what we need, a servant that's going to serve. That's not going to just serve themselves and their families and their friends, but serve the people that they claim they're going to serve. And they have to do it intelligently and bring wise people in the room.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
George.
Man, what is all that googly gawk I just heard on the radio, bruh?
It's probably...
I ain't heard such foolishness.
Here go the googly gop coming, so go ahead.
Googly gop, bruh. The servant, the trusted servant, and got the big... Man, look, if this guy ain't following WBOK, he already lost in the black sacks, bruh. He need to tune in more often, bruh. He needed to. He ain't know how many times on the broadcast you got to say that Torres was somewhere third and fourth in the actual bidding of a contract.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even come in second place for a contract.
Right.
How many times you got to say that?
He just didn't win it.
He just didn't win it. And what they did was, YT win it. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I was listening in the comments just a second ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I read Smoke gobbledygook coming in the comments about, I'm like, man, look, if you can't understand what's going on, bro, you need to pull your head up from out under that rock or other places you might be hiding it. That's all I got to say about that. You know what I'm saying? This is strictly YT politics. We're dancing around calling it racism, and sometimes I'd have to say this is just racist BS. That's all it is. He can't go to Jefferson Parish and get a recommendation. Sidney Torres can't go to Kenner and get a recommendation, but he can show up on Fox News and talk about how they heard a guy in the back of the truck and they saved this guy's life, or somebody called up about a wedding ring and they went through the garbage and found the wedding ring. Man, I smell all this hockey puck. And people like this guy that just came on your show, bro, that tried to present some kind of pseudo into.
All right, bro, I gotta go. I gotta do the news. Oh boy, news is next, folks. We'll be back. Everybody hold tight.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Misty Jordan with BIN News Now. Black Senator Cory Booker is accusing his fellow Democrats of being complicit in President Trump's agenda.
If you're as passionate about police as we are, then pass bills out of this body that will help the police officers in Washington, that will help the police officers in Illinois, that will help the police officers in New Jersey.
Booker made the remarks on the Senate floor Tuesday when he objected to a bipartisan motion to pass a package funding law enforcement and said he wanted to change the bills to make sure the funds are equally distributed. The Senate is confirming President Trump's pick to head the CDC. Tuesday, lawmakers voted 51-47 along party lines to confirm Susan Monterez as the agency's new director. And Ralph Lauren is teaming up with Morehouse and Spellman for a limited edition collection. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Gerard Stevens with you. Yes, indeed. That's George back. George is back. We had to cut George off. That's our George. Yes, indeed. George.
I'm here.
Okay,
Bruh,
I'm sorry I had to cut you off.
Sometimes I got to go back and listen to the broadcast to see how much of an idiot I sound like.
See how much of an idiot you sound like?
I got to go back and listen to the broadcast and see, man, did I really sound that goddamn stupid? Did I really understand I wasn't saying a whole lot and said absolutely nothing?
Yes, indeed.
Man, come on. How many times you got to tell him they went to court 4-5 times? He lost every time. They get up to the YAT Supreme Court down in the Fifth Quarter, and then suddenly he loses the case?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, bro. How much facts do we... Boy, look. I don't even know who that last brother was, bro. I couldn't keep up with him because I'm laying there listening to him, bro. Look, bro. My man, I'm going to give you one piece of advice if you're still listening to the broadcast. This is Gerard G-Man Stephen in the reality check. The station is WBOK 1230 on your AM. I listen on my phone, my cell phone, my car, my computer, anywhere I could go to my next door neighbor house if I had to catch the show, to listening on these black facts, because that's what I'm always saying. These black facts you gonna get, you need to know. So you call it, no, I'm gonna say that. I'm going to say that because you have a very broad collection of people, and normally some very intelligent people come up. And I got to say, Pop, they're going to give you gummies, bro. They ain't going to give you no raw.
Oh, Jesus.
Pop, they're going to give you gummies, man. I'm telling you, they're going to give you gummies.
So can I take my other calls now?
Huh?
Can I take my other calls now, George?
Bro, I'm sorry, Gerard. I didn't mean to call up and just blast out like that. Normally, I just sit back and let the brothers and sisters who come up with these animated, antiquated, right-wing talking points. I know he got to be working for Mr. Red Bottoms. Or he's working for the Moreno concert. Which one of them concerts he working for?
I don't know.
Bro.
Can I go now, George? Can I go now?
Bro. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, bro. But I'm like, man,
George.
my brother, go back and listen to yourself on the weekend broadcast, rebroadcast, bro, and listen to yourself.
George.
What?
Have a good weekend.
I love you, man. Keep doing what you do, bro. I need these black facts, bro. I need them. I need them.
I need him to go. I need him to go. All right.
Bye.
Goodbye. What?
You talk about me getting triggered.
Huh?
You talk about me getting
he
triggered.
got triggered. He got triggered today. Not me.
Man, that fuse was lit.
Yeah. He was triggered today, so.
Clack, clack.
I was just trying to calm him down. A calm voice.
He didn't do a good job of it, homie.
I know he called back. So I was going to let him finish. He got it off his chest. Everybody put your hand on your radio.
Wait, hold on.
I need my music right now.
Yeah, let me warm my fingers up right quick. And,
there you go. Everybody put your hand on your radio. If you're in your car,
crack my knuckles right quick.
Put your hand on the dashboard.
Here we go.
Lord, we have gathered here today, and we want to say a prayer for George, because we all have agreed that he needed more than anybody else. As a veteran, I could appreciate him and thank you for your service, all the times that you have committed, all the time that you committed in protecting our country. But Lord, when he called into the radio station, he loses all sense of what he really called for.
Speak that truth, Gerard.
And I have gotten to the point where I have figured out, Wick has figured out, and I bet you have figured out, him got PTSD pretty bad.
Oh, man.
But I'm glad to know that we can calm him down. So, Lord, we have asked today to protect George and the people that be riding with him, because he is one of them Uber, Lyft people. And I can imagine the people in the back seat of his vehicle that are probably buck-eyed and holding on to the door and trying to make sure that their seatbelt is on as he's talking to me. All over the road. Lord, let there be no accidents to begin this weekend, because they know not what they doeth when they get in the backseat of his car. They don't know who he is. So I say this to each and every one of you. Don't y'all ride with George. What's wrong with y'all?
Can the church say amen?
Amen, Brother Wick. Thank you so much. Pick up the tithes and offerings. Thank you very much. What's happening, Cedric?
I tell you, George hit it dead on the nose. And George, what a way to make a comeback on this Good Friday. And I know y'all say let the church say amen, but to our listening audience, our family, for George, let's hear it. Man.
Yes, indeed.
Mr. Kevin, please go back and listen to the show this morning on this station, and you will hear Mr. Henry say that while he and Mr. Richard were negotiating, a lawyer
went to the city council.
Yep. I mean, we
Please
all
go
saw
back.
it. We all saw it and heard it.
Please go back and, just listen earlier. I cannot say this no more seriously than this. The playing field is racism. And I understand how we feel as black people. We shouldn't just vote for people just because they're black, and I understand that. But look at what other people are doing. This is more about racism than anything. Mr. Kevin, both parties bought millions of dollars worth of trucks. Mr. Henry went back and bought smaller trucks because you can't have the large trucks in the French quarters.
Yep.
And all of this was said on WBOK.
Sat right here in the chair.
All this was during this week as well as last week.
As a matter of fact, when we called him, he was driving one of the trucks.
He was in front, and I remember it on Chef Highway in front of St. Mary's High School.
And said, I'm getting ready to come over there, and I'm going to be driving the truck. As a matter of fact,
and then that's when he said, only employees can't have no women in the, you know what I mean? You can't pick up passengers.
Can't be picking up
you
the
can't
hose.
pick up, yeah. It boils down to us, our survival. A part of our problem is that we don't support each other. And because we don't support each other, we don't have any economic power. And now they're trying to take away the political power.
So put something in perspective, though, Cedric. Put something in perspective, which you just said. When we saw this company getting ready to lose the contract, we saw the people in the French Quarter come together. We saw the businesses in the French Quarter come together. We saw Nungesser come and take up for him. We had Liz Merrill to come up and take up for him. We heard all the city council members, J.P. Morrell and all of them come take up for him. So they all bonded together. Tell me who with Troy?
Mr. Henry said he has had nobody to call him as of yet. No organization, no urban league, no NAACP, and I'm only repeating what he said.
Yep. Haven't heard of people.
No community. And what happens to Mr. Henry, to Mr. Riches, and to other businesses will affect us and our children. And this is not the time politically for us to give up on black people. Dr. McKenna said that. It's not the time to give up on black leadership, because if we lose the mayor's office, it may be gone for a very long time.
Yep.
So and I'm going to say this, to all of these black people that are endorsing non-black candidates, when it happens, we will remember you. And then some of you political people endorsing her, you probably won't ever get my vote again in life.
Oh, wow.
Why should I vote for you when you're telling me not to vote for these black mayoral candidates now? And you see what these people are doing to the black community. It's right there. It's right there. So, George, thank you. To Pop Jones, you sound a little under the weather. Pop, we love you, and you are the sharpest knife in the drawer, and thank you for your service. Y'all have a great weekend.
All right, Cedric, you too, buddy. All right, let's go to Terry.
Hey, Gerard, how you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing all right. I'm just listening to this y'all conversation. It's just amazing. So Gerard, let me ask you a couple of questions. So what is this based on? So in other words, what was the bid process about? Why did they even have it? I mean, if you're going to give it to Mr. Torres, I mean, this is just amazing. Only in New Orleans this could take place.
So I would agree with you, but I see too many state players that got involved. So I don't know if this is only in New Orleans. I do say, yeah, with you. I'm with you on that about happening here. But what I see is, and that's why I had an interview earlier this week with Jeff Thomas, because Jeff Thomas has in Black Source Media, what is happening here is we're getting ready to see that these folks don't give a doggone about our home rule charter, and that's how we govern. And now that we're seeing that the home rule charter has been violated, and nobody's saying, oh my goodness, we can't do it that way, they okay with it. But what happens if the home rule charter is violated against them? Because it's going to happen again. It's going to happen. This is like one of the first times I've ever seen this happen, but it's going to happen again because now they didn't open the door.
Yeah, but I mean, how is this a fair process to Mr. Hendry, though, Gerard? When
it's not. I would say, so what I see is that this got turned around, and then what I called Troy for all of last week and the week before that, I called Troy the boogeyman. And I did that because I said, so your equipment doesn't work as good as Ivy Waste. He said, no. I said, you don't have a golden handle on your street pressure washer, huh? He said, man, no. I said, so your trucks don't look good, smell good, or you got garbage juice coming out the side of them. He said, man, I got brand new trucks. These are brand new. I got an investment of 6, and Mr. Richards has got another 6 coming. I said, so if you got brand new equipment, you got over 80 folks that are ready to go and start cleaning it up. You're going to empty the trash. You're going to pressure wash the streets. You're going to do your own lemony fresh smell. What else is left? And he said, it's the fact that a black businessman has come in here and undermined their get up. So now you got somebody like me that can play and do just as good or better than what this guy is saying. And they don't like that. And he can't stand the fact that he, meaning Troy, won the bid. So now he going crying to his other folks, and they standing with him.
Yeah, but Gerard, all right, during the process for the bid, was this lemony fresh brought up into the conversation?
Absolutely.
Was that a part of the process? I mean, this doesn't make any sense, man. This is crazy.
It makes sense. It make a whole lot of sense. What part of the? Wait a minute. Let's get it straight. It make a whole lot of sense to me. It let me know that you need to stand back and stay in your place. That's all this about. This ain't got nothing to do with who can do the job, who got the best equipment, who got lemony fresh, or who got the best trucks. This don't have nothing to do with that. My truck's probably better than his. My mixture of lemony fresh is probably better than his. I probably got just as many or not, or I got just as many or maybe even more workers that can handle the job. So I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? Oh, the mayor messed this up, or did I mess this up? Either way you look at it, it's how it's supposed to go. And this man said, hey, we didn't have everything right then and there, but I got my guy together, and now I know we got this. So we ready to start. My question was, and still is, why didn't that emergency contract go by month instead of the remainder of this year? Because all I had to do was say, hey, look, we're not going to renew it for August. They could have started today. That's all.
So, but just last but not least, I'm gonna let you go. Cause I know somebody calls. My question is that so everything is based on. It just sounds like a sheer case of favoritism. In other words, Mr. Torres is going to get, this contract for right now, only based on of who he knows. I mean, all his friends and players in the game.
Mm-hmm. Have you been in the French Quarter? Have you been in the French Quarter? Okay. You should ride through there. You'll see all the Save Ivy Waste signs hanging up in the French Quarter. all the little folks riding around in their IV waste off-road vehicles. Look, I'm not judging the work that they do, but I'm just trying to tell you that anytime we look at this company, there's always some confusion. It's always been confusion. It was confusion when we started looking at the trash contracts. It was confusion when you start looking at it right now. There's confusion that came out of Kenner. There was confusion beforehand when he had the contract for the French Quarter in the first place. Confusion.
But last but not least, I'm saying why was the process, why did they have the bidding process in the first place if they're going to come up with some kind of, to me, it's like a conspiracy. They brought up another theory, saying, okay, we're going to keep Sidney here, Mr. Therese here, and, that's who we want. And that's basically what they're saying. They want who they want. I thought it was about a process.
You got it. You got it. You just said it, the whole thing. I want what I want, and I don't care what you say. I don't care about no rules or regulations. We want what we want. We control the money. We control this area, and we want what we want. And we're going to do everything to get what we want.
Yeah.
So,
well, all I can tell is New Orleans voters, get ready for that mayor's race. It's going to be a battle. I guarantee it's going to be a battle.
All right, Terry.
All right, Joel.
Thank you, buddy.
Later.
All right, Alvin, hold on a minute. We coming back. I need to take another break here. We'll take another break. We'll come back, take some more of your telephone calls. 504-582-9422. More coming up.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Sharice Clark is a trailblazer in the finance industry. She spent over 2 decades in corporate finance, capital markets, investment banking, and in private equity. Most recently, she founded Harborview, a global investment firm that focuses on entertainment, media, and sports. During a recent conversation on Bloomberg, Clark reflected on her career and noted how she's still in relatively rare company as a woman of color with a long career in finance.
At the end of the day, I've got 25 years on the street, and 45 short years ago, there probably weren't that many women who could sit and say in this room that they've had 25 years of experience in the financial markets, investing, managing billions of dollars of capital to be in a position to do that.
Since Clark founded her firm Harborview, it's acquired over 70 music catalogs and has over $1 billion in investable capital. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. Right now, get a 4-piece GE kitchen suite for under $2,000. Plus, get a free DeWalt 20-volt Max XR 8-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt tool. Save big with deals that work as hard as you do. Shop Pro Savings Days in-store or online today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 8/1. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Seems like back to school happens earlier each year.
First day of school coming in hot.
And this year, my kids had massive supply lists.
Folders, notebooks, and pens. Oh, the humanity.
But Staples had everything I needed, with some items just 25 cents.
Watch the small print.
No. My back to school budget was saved by Staples Easy Button.
Everything for school, in stock and as low as 25 cents. Staples.
That was easy.
In store, online, and on the app. In 23 while supplies last.
Hey, this is Steve Poston. Be sure to listen to WBOK 1230 a.m. every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. and Sunday evening at 5 p.m., bringing you the best Southern Soul barroom music with the Southern Soul Weekend Party Mix, hosted by me, of course. I'll be playing your favorite Southern Soul music by artists from all over the South, right here on WBOK 1230 a.m. or online at WBOK1230.com. The station you listen to longer. Listen to longer. Listen to longer.
Tired of the impersonal, one-size-fit-all style of banking? You deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank Standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for businesses and families because we go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business, good for life. Stop by any New Orleans area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Don't wait. Call Brandon Moore today at 504-666-6163. He's the finance man at Matt Bowers Ford, 3724 Veterans Boulevard. No credit, bad credit, he'll get you rolling. That's Brandon Moore, 504-666-6163.
Come see me and we'll make it happen.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM.
Here we go.
The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. Gerard Stevens with you. Our number 504-582-9422. 504-582-9422. What you say, Alvin?
All right, there, G. How you doing today, baby?
Oh, man, trying to hang in here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, that WBOK family. And a couple of you 5-by listeners that's still hanging on while y'all going home on the radio. And, yeah, we ain't forgot about you back there spooked by the door. So look here. First of all, amen, amen, amen.
That's right.
So, couple of things, G. I'm going to try. See, this is why I be needing my notepad, man. But I'm going to try to remember everything that I was, because I want to touch on a couple of things that you said and a couple of the things that in the backup of things that Cedric said and try to tie it all together. One, when we say what type of leaders that we need, what we need is, and OT used to coin this term back in the day when he first came on the radio. And that term was, we have sore winners. You have people that win offices and win elections, and instead of concentrating on what's best for the city and what's best for the citizens, they concentrate on how they can mess over and do dirt and do whoever they beat in. You already won the race. So we have that issue with sore winners. When are somebody going to win and actually keep winning and keep moving forward? Second of all, when we talk about the contract, and when we talk about, and I'm talking from somebody who's had this experience being part of contracts, bidding contracts, winning contracts, so on and so forth. Now, I wanted to call in the morning, but I couldn't get in because I think one of the other things that I don't think people understand, like y'all hear committee, but here's the other thing, which is why I didn't like the fact when you start, like Mr. Henry said, you start calling us names and calling us all out like we did something under the table. When they read these bids, people, these bids, if you're not there when they're open, because that's a public meeting, you can go to a bid opening. They open those packets up one by one and read the results and go from there.
Yep.
So there's no collusion or no falsity. It's in the packet.
And it's sealed. It is sealed until they open it.
Period. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about is like Cedric was saying, yeah, we don't want to just vote for black because it's black and this, that, and the other. We know that. But here's the thing, like Cedric said, see all you people that vote for non-people that don't have our interests at heart? Just remember, as Mr. Gerard Stevens called him, Lil Chemo. I know what to do, and I know how to do it as he sat up on the edge of his seat. And look at what happened to us after he got out of office.
Right.
Come on, man. Are we not understanding? And then the last thing is, as we trying to get some of our folks to understand and some of the people on the other side who claim, oh, we just want the fairness and this, that, and the other, because Mr. Henry made another salivant point this morning. If you was about the city and about your area, it would be about cleaning and making sure the French Quarter is clean and not a certain operator. Because guess what? With all due respect, she's doing an okay job, but there's a lot of us that didn't want the police chief. Current police chief, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yet the process said, and the way that it went here and it went there, and that's what got picked. And we had to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
We still support it because at the end of the day, she is the police chief. We may not have wanted her, and that's not what we preferred, but that's what we got, and we make sure we held them accountable. And lastly, Dr. Wise said something this morning that I wanted to, reiterate that we've always wanted the other person's opinion, even if we didn't disagree or didn't agree with you. That's what discourse is about and debating is about, so that way we can understand very clearly where each other's coming from. But it's the other ones who, when we disagree with them and we call in and y'all underestimate us. I'm not saying you're calling us stupid, but you underestimate us because we ask questions that you didn't think we could come up with, or you ask questions that you feel that we shouldn't be asking you. But remember, you put yourself out there.
Who did?
You did. Wow, oh, you. And I'm in with this. It was a bid. And like Mr. Henry said this morning, if you got a teacher that's out of her class for whatever reason, sick leave, pregnancy, whatever, and a substitute teacher comes in, and that substitute teacher does a good job, oh yeah, she did an excellent job, he or she. But then when that regular teacher who has the job comes back to work, it's time for the substitute teacher to go home or go do something else.
Right. Exactly. That's a good analogy. That's a substitute.
It's not that hard, people. But then you go baiting on the news with people, bartenders, yeah, because they got clean trucks. They keep the street clean. I mean, I see them polishing trash cans. I mean, why would you want to change the contractor? Because he lost the bid. That's why.
But guess what?
But
see, as a part of this, I think that folks may not be paying attention to. And I know that, this is a lot to try to wrap your head around. But the part about the emergency contract is one thing. But the part about the yearly contract is where I am now. And the reason why is because the emergency contract goes through December, right?
Yes.
For the remainder of the year.
I know where you're going. Yes.
Next year kicks in the yearly contract.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the fight for the emergency contract has nothing to do with us wanting to be Lemony Fresh.
Absolutely.
It has everything to do with I'm going to get the mayor out.
Absolutely.
Because this is her last year. I'm thinking that I'm going to be the new mayor when I get in. And when I get in, I'll be able to just go ahead on and cut those contracts altogether because you haven't started yet.
Exactly. But here's the other thing, too, if I'm not mistaken, no G. But you see, and here it is again, people and the spook by the door and the people in the back of the church. This is what we mean when we talk about people who come in the office and say they're looking out for us and don't look like us. We know about the ones who our kinfolk and skinfolk. We understand all that. But let's make that point right there. Because remember, Mr. I know what to do and how to do it. Remember? Because we had people calling in on this show back then when you was in the morning, G. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm voting for him because it's time we give somebody else a chance because if we've been messing up this, that, and look what we got. Mm-hmm. So now that contract, from what I understand on the news last night, ends on December 22nd. Mm-hmm. So had this previous administration not moved the doggone inauguration date up because he wanted to be known as the mayor for the 300th anniversary, we wouldn't be in this rigmarole. Mm-mm. Because now you got somebody that's going to cause more confusion in hopes to bleed over and do that very same thing. Now, what I hope, G, because Mr. Henry is a very smart businessman. That's why I voted for him when he ran for mayor. Mm-hmm. I've been on his team. What I hope is in that contract, they have a clause in that contract. Because, and this is the last thing I want to tell folks in the back when we talk about clauses and contracts. Because, see, everybody keep talking about it, and even Mr. Torres keep talking, they can't do this, what they can't do, what they ain't going to do, they can't do this. That's why there's a performance bond. Because if you have a performance bond in your contract,
that's good, young man. Very good.
I'm proud of you. If you can't do the job, that performance bond kicks in, and the person comes in and do the job.
Boy, I'm reaching,
9 times out of 10, it's going to be 50% more than what it was already for anyway, man. I've been a part of this, G.
I just reached through the
Because
radio
it's
and pat you
happening
on
to
the
me.
back. I'm patting you on the back, Alvin. That's all right. You know
They
exactly what
think
you're
we
talking about.
stupid, G.
And then guess what? Your city council president was on his little, I guess his little social media platform saying, "Oh yeah, and guess what? They only gave him like 50% of the bond. He ain't had to pay but 50% of the bond. So if something happens, guess who got to be paying for the rest of it? You do." And I was thinking to
Man, that's
myself
a
as
lie.
I was listening to Troy. Troy said something that was very, very, very pertinent to the situation. He was like, "I got the same deal that Torres did. Torres
And
had the
ain't
same
nobody
deal."
saying nothing. And ain't nobody saying the very thing that Mr. Red Bottoms was on the social media, hyped up about, bucked up about, chest out, second line all over. The other team got the very same deal. Come on, bruh.
Same very deal. Same deal.
So why you not putting that out there? That's what that's what we talk about when we said last beginning of this week, G, when we talked about all this misinformation out there and it's half lies, these half truths that y'all putting out there, and if people don't understand or don't know, they going with that. That's the type of leader that we need. Somebody that's going to be able to take the hit, come to the station, take the hit. That's what you there for. We going to ask hard questions. Take the hit, bruh, and come back. Because you know what? That's what we do in New Orleans. We make fun of you, we talk about you, but we love you if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing when it's all said and done.
Mm-hmm.
We might not agree with you all the time, and we're going to let you know we don't agree with you. Now, if we don't agree with you, that don't mean, man, I'm not coming mess with y'all no more. No, because if my partners don't agree with me, I expect them to check me.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing, people? So we like, and I'm closing with this one. I think it was Cedric, I think it was either Cedric. I forget who it was, but one of the other callers talked about how they're bringing these Washington politics to the local scene. Because that's exactly what's going on in the federal government now. Look at the day. You don't like what the job numbers say, and all of a sudden she get the refired a labor secretary because she lying. It's political. Say, bro, numbers don't lie. People do.
I don't get some folks letting the narrative change for convenience.
Thank you.
When it's in black and white, and anybody that wants to read it, all you got to do is go and read it. It's public information.
Period.
So why are we looking around and saying, "Oh, well, this is what he does. Lemony Fresh, Lemony Fresh." Let me tell you something. I called and sent a email to the Kenner mayor because I wanted to know, well, what's the problem? What happened? Unfortunately, she said we can't talk about it because we're still in litigation. Now, hear me out on this part. Hear me out on this part. This is important. I said, "Ma'am, how long ago was that?" She said, "It's been 2-3 years." I said, "Okay. But you're still in litigation about it." "Yep, gone to the Supreme Court." So, okay. How does theirs sit down for 2 or 3 years?
And ours go right there. Within 2 to 3 months.
The next day. How does Kenner's Supreme Court ruling not be in effect for months, years? And we ain't been through a week yet, and then it already went through the Supreme Court.
Boom.
How
so
that
you
happen?
don't think, you know what I mean? How that happen? You don't think you don't think we know that your people who's been in politics and been in lawyers and judges and all this from St. Bernard Parish all the way over, because people, I remember now St. Bernard Parish was a closed parish pre-Katrina.
Right.
People.
We couldn't
and
go.
For all you new people that's from here, that ain't from here, that flew here, people that's grown here, we know St. Bernard Parish was a closed parish. Go check it out. Go check out the names.
You're right.
So in the NG, it's like we have to, and like Mr. Henry said, I'm just trying to figure out how, and I try in my own circle with my own family members, but you can only go so far because it's like how many people that don't and aren't aware of the totality of this situation when we talking about home rule charter and the way we rule. I always said after Katrina, New Orleans, what people didn't realize, because I'm in economics, I love business, this is what I do. I just ain't got to be the millionaire, but it is what it is. New Orleans is the last, watch this people, New Orleans is the last majority black port city in the United States. Yeah, we could talk about Savannah, but that's not like us. Think about that, G. That's why that's why I hate when they say, oh, yeah, the French Quarter, the economy, the tourism, this, that, and other. But I dare to say that the transportation industry is second behind, if not coming up on the tail end of the doggone tourism industry. And when they build that port down there in St. Bernard Parish, with all due respect to y'all people down there, they building that port, bruh.
Oh, yeah,
y'all better get y'all stakes and get your where y'all fit in and get what y'all can, because they building that port. Y'all not about, the dime is not about to hold up a dollar.
Let me tell you something else. If you've been thinking about buying a house and getting you some land,
you better do it now.
You better do it now. You better get it from down there. You better get that land, because they're gonna come in and buy it up.
That port.
They're gonna buy that land up, and when they buy that land up, the price of that land gonna go sky high, and they're gonna push a lot of people out.
Period. Because what people don't understand is when not that we transition to another point, but that just go to show you how, if you got control, and when we talk about the long term and how Republicans think long term and Democrats think about yesterday and last week.
Just like we playing checkers?
They playing chess.
There you go.
Because when that port is built, y'all concentrating on the port. They already planning the ancillary and the support mechanism that's going to be around that port. We talking warehouses. We talking storage spots. We talking, man, come on. We talking
transportation. You talking transportation, trucks. You talking about
I got trucks, G.
Let me tell you something. I was having a conversation with three. I'm not going to call their names because I didn't tell them I would. 3 young ladies that own transportation companies, the non-emergency transportation companies. And I talked to them probably, I think it's 2 weeks ago. And I talked to them prior to that a year ago. Mm-hmm. And I said, how business? They were like, it's bad now. I'm like, wait a minute. What? They said, yeah, and figured out there's too many of us. Mm-hmm. That are buying the vehicles that the folks have made us buy, that has everything that you possibly need in it for transportation to wherever, and Medicaid and Medicare pay for it. And now they're allowing, through the state government, Uber to come in and pick those people up and take them to where they need to go.
I remember that conversation.
Yeah.
I remember that conversation.
But what they haven't had a conversation about is that the state makes those non-emergency transportation companies go through hoops to be able to be certified to do that. If I'm picking you up, I got some type of medical training. I can do CPR. I've got all these different certifications that I need to be able to pick you up and take you to wherever you go, just in case something happened. But now they invited Uber to be a part of it, so Uber drivers don't have to do none of the training that those folks have to do. I can just get you in my car and take you wherever you go. You have a seizure, you pass out, you just out of luck.
That's on you. Which goes back to a point that Cedric said that was reiterated by Mr. Henry that we've been saying on WBOK Family. You take away our economics, and now you take away our politics. So now we sitting around like Sambo dancing. All y'all want to do is dancing. And with all due respect to my people that's in the tourist industry, because I just couldn't do it. The numbers did not add up for me, but that's what they want. They want us to be the minimum wage, the jockey, the shucky, the tip maker, and all this, that, and the other. They don't want us to be the prime because, again, G, that's what took my company that I was working for out. Once we started working with the prime and the prime was showing us what primes do, oh no, it was some underhanded stuff that was put in, and I ain't gonna say no name because it was a long time ago, but they put us out of business. At the end of the day, we got put out of business because y'all didn't want us to be a prime. As long as we was out there sweating in the heat, gee, everybody used to know when I show up on the scene with a button down, oh, it's business, something about to go down.
Right. Well.
Because that's what they taught me how to dress. The prime. I know what a prime contractor and what they are responsible for and what they do. So in closing, to our other call, like the guy was saying, also what you got to understand, and as you said, G, in business and it comes to contracts, there are hang-ups even when you win it. Because even when you win it, you still got to sign it.
Yep.
And when you sign it, you better damn make sure everything, your I's is dotted and your T's is crossed, because if not, and you forget something, hey, buddy, that's all on you, baby.
All on you. All right,
Who cares if you lose $1 million?
Yeah.
All right, now, G.
Appreciate you, brother.
But
Have a good weekend.
bro. Oh, yeah, we out here.
All
We
right.
black, okay?
All right, bro.
Later.
All right, 504-582-9422 is the number to get in contact with us. We got a few more minutes left. Boy, y'all fired up today, boy. Y'all fired up. Woo, woo. That's my Arsenio Hall. Woo, woo. I know. All right, more coming up, folks. Everybody who takes.
AURN News.
The U.S. jobs market just hit a major red flag. Only 73,000 jobs were added in July, far below expectations, and the Labor Department quietly slashed 258,000 jobs from the May and June reports. The unemployment rate ticked up to 4.2%. Translation, the so-called economic comeback under Trump's second term is wobbling. What's driving the slowdown? Well, experts point to the fallout from Trump's chaotic trade agenda, massive tariffs, rising business costs, and global uncertainty. Manufacturing alone lost 11,000 jobs in July, and it's the third straight month loss. Even federal employment is shrinking, with 12,000 jobs cut last month. 76% of all July job growth came from healthcare. That means almost every other sector is either flatlining or bleeding some jobs. And Wall Street noticed the market took a dive on the news. The Trump White House calls it resilient. Economists say it's a warning sign. For these stories and more, go to AURN.com or follow me across social media at Ebony McMorris.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
There is a heated debate nationally and internationally about whether Israel is committing genocide in Palestine in the war against the terrorist group Hamas. I have no clarity on either side of the genocide question, but I'm damn certainly clear about what is not debatable: the intentional killing and starvation of innocent women and children at the hands of Israeli soldiers. Death and hunger in Gaza, according to the World Health Organization, is a man-made disaster since Israeli forces initiated a food aid blockade. Now, don't misunderstand my critique as opposition to Israel's right to defend itself against Hamas. It was Hamas who invaded Israel some 21 months ago in a despicable, barbaric attack, murdering 1,200 Israeli citizens and taking 250 hostages. Wiping out Hamas is totally justifiable. What is not justifiable is the heartless policy employed by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to order a food blockade against the starving, homeless Palestinian refugees who have been displaced because of the war. The United Nations says more than 1,000 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli forces while seeking food aid since late May. Moreover, 2.1 million people are without ample food supply, which includes 900,000 children. Gaza officials report that some 70,000 children are already showing signs of malnutrition. There is no earthly justification under God's Son for such abysmal cruelty. Shame on Netanyahu, who continues to drag his feet on a possible ceasefire while his military leaders refuse to take accountability for the attacks at food distribution centers, insisting they only fired warning shots to keep Hamas at bay. Well, you can put me down in the I'm not convinced column on that explanation. As Big Daddy opined in the play Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, sounds like mendacity to me. Even some of Israel's closest allies are beginning to condemn what some human rights advocates are describing as using food deprivation as a weapon. While it may not be genocide, it damn sure is inhumane. This is Norman Robinson, Off the Top.
Hello, friend. Tavis Smiley here with a special announcement. You can catch my show at a new time, weekdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Same great topics, same great guests, same great conversations, just a little earlier in the day. It's Tavis Smiley, weekdays 1 to 4 p.m. only on WBOK 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about.
Hi, this is Arnie Filko. Let's elevate every Tuesday through Thursday from 6 to 7 o'clock p.m. as we discuss the community, the country, and the world, from politics to current events to sports. We look forward to your input and continuing the quality programming on your community station, WBOK. Join Carrie and I every Tuesday through Thursday, 6 to 7 o'clock p.m. on Elevated Conversations, the Arnie and Carrie Show. See you soon.
Support comes from Satchmo Summerfest, presented by the New Orleans Tourism and Cultural Fund. This friends and family friendly festival takes place on August 2nd and 3rd at the New Orleans Jazz Museum. Join the fun for live music, local food vendors, and discuss with Satchmo scholars from noon until 8 p.m. Learn more at satchmosummerfest.org.
Saints of God, it's time for us to tell you the truth. It's time for you to start your 21-day challenge. Don't take another day. Do it right now. Call 504-701-4711. That's the whole water stove, Pastor David Impartan Sr., the host of Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. This is the water that's designed to change your body, the way you think, the way you act, and the way you look. Why don't you start your 21-day challenge today? For $35, you can start it right now. Call me so we can set up your appointment. 504-701-4711. That's 504-701-4711. Change your water, change your mind.
The Historic New Orleans Collection presents a new exhibition open through June 7th, 2026. The Trail They Blazed. Built collaboratively with people who participated in the local civil rights movement, The Trail They Blazed presents stories of social and racial justice straight from the people who lived them. Listen to leaders tell their stories of resistance and persistence in their own voices, recorded by the Historic New Orleans Collection. Plan your visit to 520 Royal Street in the French Quarter and reserve your free tickets at hnoc.org today.
Visit DePaul's new Algiers Health Center at 2801 General de Gaulle Drive to receive primary and preventive care for both adults and children. Services also include behavioral health, imaging, and on-site pharmacy, vision, Medicaid enrollment assistance, and more. For appointments, visit DePaulCommunityHealthCenters.org or call 504-207-3060.
From the East Bank to the West Bank, WBOK is what New Orleans is talking about. WBOK.
Here we go.
The Reality Check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks. A few more minutes before we get out of here for Friday. I hope that everybody has a great weekend. Be safe. I know it's going to rain all weekend. But let's go ahead on and put this in perspective real quick. I think that, first of all, I appreciate everybody's thought pattern, conversation, comments. I appreciate everybody for being a part of the conversation. I don't know if this is going to be my thought pattern or just some type of commentary. But what's going to be said is what's going to be said, and nothing I can do about it because it's going to come out at some point anyway. To be a businessman at another level in the South, I'm not even just going to say New Orleans, but in the South, it's probably, I'm not saying it because I don't know, because I'm not on that level, but it's probably hectic. Not because you can't do the work, not because you can't put together a good proposal, not because you don't have the relationships that you need. It's because we become so judgmental. We become so judgmental to the point where if you go back for a minute, folks, and you start looking at this, I even saw online where somebody was judging the contract and what Troy had put together because of their, I guess, their issues between the two of him and Richards. But ain't nobody said nothing about the other folks that have had problems, issues. It's like business as usual. I think we have used some issues as crutches. Oh, look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him. Dude, shut up. Because of the fact that you don't know, I don't know, I know you don't know, all the crooks and crannies in this issue. Do I think that there are folks that don't want to see this contract go to this company? Absolutely. And just because we skinfolk don't necessarily make us kinfolk. That's number one. Number two, do you all really think that this is a huge contract with the city of New Orleans? It's okay because it's got millions of dollars involved in it, but there are a whole lot bigger contracts that we don't even take part in. We're not a part of it. Why? Because we don't have the capacity? Yes, we do. We don't have the personnel? Yes, we do. We don't have the equipment? Yes, we do. Some of us have got to stop thinking in the capacity of a sub and start thinking in the capacity of the prime. I know you're going to go through hell and high water, especially if you don't have the backing of your community. The backing of this community is where? On this radio station? We individuals? We don't have the organizations? Where we at? It's a good time to protest. It's a good time to put together some standards to say if these things don't happen in our community, but that we're not going to buy your products, we're going to protest, we're not going to be a part of it. Y'all, we got poverty happening in our city. And it's a lot of us that's involved in it. Imagine if I got somebody that looked like me that says, come work, come to work. Here you go. Here's a good wage. Imagine if that happens. But we got to look around sometime and put ourselves in a position of authority and let these folks know we're not going to stand for certain things to happen, and put your money where your mouth is, or at least take it back and don't spend no money with them. That's something to think about. But right now, we so shattered. We all over the place. What companies coming? What organizations coming? Where y'all at? It's been a week now. Been several days. But I've never seen, this is the first time I've ever seen where the Supreme Court, because when I talked to the folks in Kenner, they were like, we're still in litigation. This has been over a year in litigation. And they have not been to the Supreme Court as of yet. They still in litigation trying to figure out how this thing going to come out. The city of Kenner and Torres. So how in the hell did they go to the Supreme Court and get a ruling within 3 to 4 days? with us. That means step back, Jack. Something ain't good on the smell test. And I ain't talking about trash. Not the ones you gonna pick up. Must be good to be folks in high places. Because our home rule charter has just been compromised. And I hope that we're paying attention to it. The home rule charter of New Orleans has been compromised. And it just let me know that it can be compromised at any time, any given place, whenever they want it to be compromised. You and me, we can't compromise it. We have to operate by it. So get ready. It's going to be interesting in the next couple of weeks. All right, y'all, that's going to wrap things up for me. I appreciate everybody for being a part of the conversation on the day. Whatever you do safely and carefully is the way we want you to do it, boo. We'll see you on Monday. Y'all have a great weekend, and be safe here. Watch this weather, too. We don't know what it's going to do. Y'all be good. Have a good weekend.